Oh my God, I have been dying to tell you about SYLO for ages, but I saved it as a Christmas present. I read the whole series last summer, and I just knew it needed to be a perfect pick. The 3 books are called SYLO, Storm, and Strike, and I want you to have time to read the whole thing, so I'm releasing it now. I don't even know how to adequately describe it. It's a combination of science fiction, dystopian novel, action, suspense, romance, and drama, all rolled together. I think the main thing that grabbed me about this series is that it's really puzzling as to what's going on, but the author manages to maintain that suspense through all 3 books. He'll give you a little bit of information, and then that leads to more puzzling stuff to keep you hooked. Honestly, the minute I got to the end of book 1, I was clicking on my Amazon button so I could buy book 2 immediately because I needed to know what happened next. Same thing happened with book 3. So anyway, let me paraphrase a bit from the inside front cover so you have some idea what the series is about. They came from the sky, parachuting out of military helicopters to invade Tucker Pierce's beautiful hometown on Pembroke Island, Maine. They call themselves SYLO, and they're a secret branch of the U.S. Navy. SYLO's commander, Captain Granger, informs the people of Pembroke that the island has been hit by a lethal virus and must be quarantined. Pembroke gets completely cut off from the outside world. But Tucker believes there's more to SYLO's story, and he and his friends soon get caught up in finding out the truth. I promise you that if you read this series, you're not going to be able to decide whether it's an alien invasion, a massive government conspiracy, or something even more bizarre. I can also promise you that you won't want to put it down until you get to the end of book 3. I have 8 copies of book 1 and 4 copies each of books 2 and 3, but you totally cannot read the series out of order, so don't even try it because I won't let you. Reserve your copy of SYLO today. The sequel to Serafina and the Black Cloak is here, and it's called Serafina and the Twisted Staff. In 1899, when an evil force threatens all the humans and animals of the Blue Ridge Mountains, Serafina steps in. The 12-year-old rat catcher for the Biltmore estate and daughter of a shape-shifting mountain lion must search deep inside herself and embrace the destiny that awaits her. I know so many of you have been waiting for this next book. The Guinness World Record Book 2017 is here, and you should prepare to be amazed at the most awe-inspiring records in the universe and never-before-seen photographs. There's even a special space feature including exclusive interviews with astronauts. You could say it's out of this world. Hey, don't blame me for the bad pun. I saw it on the back of the book. Anyway, I just have 4 copies, so they'll go fast. The Witches by Roald Dahl is not a fairy tale. It's about real witches, the most dangerous of all living creatures on Earth. There's nothing they hate so much as children, and they work all kinds of terrifying spells to get rid of them. The narrator listens closely to his grandmama's stories, but nothing can prepare him for the day he comes face to face with the Grand High Witch herself. This is a classic story by a great author, and just to make it a little bit better, it even has a special glow-in-the-dark cover. Yep, we tested it out. If you've been following the Lockwood & Company series, you'll be happy to know that Book 3, The Hollow Boy, is here. Lucy enjoys ghost hunting until Lockwood and George hire a perky, perfect girl named Holly to manage the office. Although Lucy loathes Holly, they must all cooperate to rid London of a terrible haunting. If this series is new to you, be sure to start with The Screaming Staircase, which introduces us to the 3 young operatives of the Psychic Protection Agency as they battle an epidemic of ghosts in London. Percy Jackson fans, we have Book 1 and a new series called The Trials of Apollo. In The Hidden Oracle, we discover that the sun god Apollo has done something to make his father Zeus angry, and so he's been cursed to walk the earth as an awkward, kind of dorky 16-year-old mortal named Lester. Just to make things worse, he's required to obey the command of whichever demigod he meets first. Unfortunately for Apollo, otherwise known as Lester, he meets a 12-year-old named Megan whose special ability is wielding garbage as a weapon. It sounds like another fun ride from one of our favorite authors, so be sure to reserve a copy today. If you're a fan of military fiction, then you should check out Chris Lynch's novels. He has a World War I series, a World War II series, and a Vietnam series. Alive and Kicking is book 3 in his World War II series. It's the story of two brothers named Theo and Hank. According to the Navy, Hank has not been seen or heard from since his aircraft carrier went down during the Battle of Midway. They've classified him as MIA, missing in action. His brother Theo is a gunner on a B-24 Liberator, bringing the battle right to the Nazis in the skies above Europe. There's no way that Theo can believe that Hank is dead, but he wonders how long he can fight without his brother by his side. Don't miss this great novel by Chris Lynch. Allie Carter fans, listen up. Book 2 in the Embassy Row series is here, and it's called See How They Run. For the past 3 years, Grace Blakely has been desperate to find out the truth about her mother's murder. She thought it would bring her peace. She thought it would lead her to answers. She thought she could put the past to rest. But the truth has only made her a target. And the only way to put the past to rest is for Grace to kill it once and for all. On Embassy Row, power can make you a victor or a victim, love can turn you into a fool or a fugitive, and family can lead you forward or bury you deep. Trust is a luxury. Death is a very real threat, and a girl like Grace must be very careful about which secrets she brings to light. I have another series to share with you this week, since we just obtained the 3rd and final book in the trilogy. The first book is called The Apothecary. Apothecary is an old-fashioned word for a person who prepared and sold medicines and drugs. Today we'd call him a pharmacist. Anyway, this series falls into the very unusual category of historical fantasy. The main character is a 14-year-old girl named Jamie Scott, who moves to London from Los Angeles in 1952. She becomes friends with the mysterious apothecary and his son, Benjamin Burroughs, and is caught up in a dangerous adventure with Benjamin when his father is kidnapped and Russian spies try to steal his book of secrets. The Apothecary, The Apprentices, and The After Room are all connected because they involve the same characters, but you can read each one as a standalone book. I always recommend that you read series books in order, but if you decide to just read 1 or 2 of them, you won't be left hanging at the end, wondering what happens next. We've had a lot of demand for Hatchet this year, so I'm happy to say that I ordered a bunch more copies of it, and you should come in and get one if you want to read the story of Brian, whose plane crashes in the Alaskan wilderness and who has nothing to survive with except, you guessed it, a hatchet. If you're watching this video on its publication date, December 7th, that means you still have 2 more days to complete the Swamp Rabbit Challenge and win a ticket to go to the hockey game on February 19th. I know you can do it. Be sure to tell your homeroom teacher the names of the books you've read so far. I can definitely recommend a good graphic novel to help you complete the hat trick if you're running out of time. Don't miss out. Even if you don't need a book, be sure to stop in the Media Center and check out the new display of student artwork in the gallery. They're called Freeform watercolors, and they're gorgeous. Speaking of art, the next 2 meetings of the Teen Art Club at the Hampton Memorial Library will be on December 13th and December 27th. The club meets at 4:30 p.m. and it's free and open to all teens. If you need more information, you can call the public library at 850-7077. It's been a while since I updated you on the top 16, and I have some interesting news for you this week. Drama, Sister, Smile, and Cardboard still have a complete lock on the first 4 places. No news there. It's going to be super hard for any book to overtake any of them. However, there's been a lot of other action on the board. Girl Stolen is up 2 places, and The Night She Disappeared has moved up 3. The Maze Runner is up 1. Wonder's down 2. There's no change in The Night Gardener or The Fourth Stall, but Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Ugly Truth, has moved up 2 places. Life as We Knew It is down 1. All the Lovely Bad Ones is also down 1. The Raft has surged up 4 places. And we have an unprecedented 3-way tie for 15th place with 2 new books on the board. House of Dark Shadows is now tied with Ghosts, the newest book by Raina Telgemeier, who's already dominating the first 3 places with drama Sisters and Smile, and Roller Girl, another terrific graphic novel. Raina, you are unstoppable. I have to admit it's pretty exciting to see 2 new books jump on the board, and it'll be interesting to see how this all pans out as we get closer to March Madness. Remember, the 16 books on the board the last week of February will go into the March Madness Battle of the Books, and you'll be voting for the GMS Book of the Year during March. If you have a favorite book that you want to be in the tournament, be sure to tell your friends to read it. 16 will begin, but only 1 will win. Well, guys, I better get going. I know we ran a little bit long this week, but there was a lot of stuff to cover. You guys have a terrific rest of the week. Be sure to thank your teacher for showing the video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'd sure love to have 100 subscribers by Christmas. And don't forget to be awesome. Bye-bye.